3, 2, 1. Shalom. This week's Sedra Pekudei. Judaism isn't a religion that denigrates aesthetics, yet it also doesn't focus on them. The Torah talks about the beauty of people, the land, and objects, but it also pushes people to work on themselves and not chase wealth and possessions. In his Torah, God always directs the followers of God's mitzvos to follow a path that leads to personal improvement. The balance between appreciating the beautiful parts of life and focusing on personal improvement has always been a challenge. In this week's Torah portion, we read about the gold of the tabernacle. All the gold that had been used for the sacred work of the waving was 29 talents, 730 shekels, according to the sacred shekel weight. The tabernacle and the Cohen Gadol's clothes were bejeweled with gold and other stones that are beautiful. There was a clear priority placed on beauty in this week's Torah portion. In his commentary to this week's Torah portion, the Sforno wrote that even though there was more gold in the first and second temples than the tabernacle experienced greater revelation of the divine presence. The lesson the tabernacle's greater revelation of the divine presence teaches is that the revelation of the Shekhinah isn't dependent on wealth and splendor, but on deeds of the people. It's easy to read the commentary of the Sforno and discount the importance of gold, silver, and beauty in the tabernacle. One could then extrapolate a lesson from the tabernacle to life in general and assume that when confronted with the service of God, beauty doesn't play a significant role. Yet earlier in the Torah, we read of the importance of creating things that are beautiful. God had commanded Moshe, "You shall bring forward to your brother Aaron with his sons from among the Israelites to serve me as Kohanim, Aaron, Nadav, Avihu, Eleazar, and Itamar, the sons of Aaron. You shall make only clothes for Aaron your brother for glory and for beauty." There seems to be a contradiction about whether beauty should be focused on or eschewed. A middle ground can be found in the writings of Rambam about the clothes of a Torah scholar. Maimonides wrote, "A Torah sage's clothing should be attractive and clean. It is forbidden that a blood or fat stain or the like be found on his garment. He should not wear a regal garb, clothes of gold and purple, which draw everyone's attention, nor the dress of the poor, which shames its wearers, but attractive garments of the middle range." The Rambam instructs the Torah scholar to wear clothes that are clean and respectable, but not showy or ostentatious. The Torah scholar personifies the Torah values in their own life, and when they stay in line with God's commands and values, they sanctify God's name, and when they step away from those values, they desecrate God's name. Their choice in clothing, respectable and not showy, demonstrates to the rest of the nation the path of balancing the beautiful and the modest. The tabernacle and the clothes of the Cohen Gadol had to be showy, even ostentatious in their beauty. They were meant to show the world how to treat sacred objects like the tabernacle and the Cohen Gadol's clothes, and the honor they deserved. Unlike the clothes of the Torah scholar, they weren't meant as an example of where the individual Jew should put their limited resources. What an important lesson in this week's Torah portion. Shabbat Shalom.